Hi friends, we're going to see how this works, but this will be your first lesson in the Instapot. So let me take you over to the Instapot first. Show things. Welcome to the land of Instapot. So you have your different buttons, soup, meat, stew. Thus I don't have to read all of them. I'll be honest, I almost always just use manual so I can set it for whatever time I want. So that's just how I do it. So today we are going to start with the simplest yet most versatile things that you can make. So we are going to, let me angle this. There you go, so you can see the Instant Pot. We're going to take off the lid of the Instant Pot. You always want to make sure that this plastic seal is on tight, and isn't, there's a little ring there, a little metal ring. And if it's not sitting in that ring, then it doesn't seal right. So you always just kind of want to check that. Again, super simple recipe. I am taking boneless chicken thighs and dumping them in the Instapot. Oops. First, take out your rack. Dumping them in the Instapot. There they go. I like to make sure that they're kind of, spread out and not over top of each other. So I just put them, and again, these are boneless. You could do it with bone in. I just happen to have boneless. So let me show you what it looks like. There you go. Just boneless chicken thighs. Okay, exciting, isn't it? I'm telling you, this is super simple and you can do so many different things with it. You can either use water. I like to use chicken broth because it just gives a little extra flavor. Whenever you use the Instapot, you always want at least 1 cup of liquid. So here's my 1 cup of chicken stock. Doesn't have to be perfect as long as it's 1 cup. And then we are just going to pour it right there in the chicken. That's it. Okay, watch this. Now what I'm making is shredded chicken tacos, but if you just want to shred the chicken for nachos or for any other recipe, you wouldn't have to do this next step. But again, real complicated. Taking taco seasoning. Ooh, and watch this. Yep, put it right in there. And then I just kind of stir it so you don't have all of the seasoning on top, but I don't stir it real well because the pressure cooker will take care of all of that. So, okay. So here's what we're looking at. My fingers there. So yeah, it is 1 cup of broth, 1 seasoning packet for tacos, and 6 boneless chicken thighs. You can use chicken breast, you can use bone in, it doesn't really matter. So this next part, maybe I need to get a photographer for this. Anyway, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put the lid on the Instapot, turn it to close so that it's locked like that. Now this is kind of an important part I had difficulty with when I first started using the Instapot. So you have this little knob that points to venting. If it is venting, it will cook, but it won't pressure cook. So you want it for venting, like if you're, if you're anything you don't want to pressure cook, like soup, I'll do it for. If you're doing any of your slow cooking, you want it on venting. Because we want pressure cook, can't get it really in there with the shadow, but we want it to, what is it? Honey, what does that even say? It says sealing. It's what it says. It's hard to see. Anyway, it says sealing. So that way you know that it will be set to pressure cook. Okay, then I plug my Instapot in. It will beep. So what I do is I will hit manual and then you put how long you want it in. I'm going to shred these. So I'm going to put them in for 9 minutes. And then I don't even have to hit start. It'll take a second, but then it will automatically start. there you go. So that doesn't mean that it's only 9 minutes of cooking time. It means that it will cook at 9 minutes once it gets to pressure. So right now it is heating up, and then it'll get to pressure, and then you'll start to see a countdown. So I will check back in then. Hey, I'm back. So I am just wanted to see if you could hear this. I don't know if you'll be able, but it's starting to come to pressure because you can hear it. It hasn't, the timer hasn't gone off yet. But you can kind of hear a hissing sound, and that way you know that it's coming to pressure. So in the time that it's taking it to come to pressure, which so far is, getting ready to pop. So far it's been about 5 minutes since I started it, and now you're able to hear it because it's boiling in there and building up the pressure. But while that is coming to pressure, I was able to, yes, that's my wine. It's Monday wine. But I was able to come over here and cut up our lettuce and our cheese and our tomatoes because, like I said, we're having tacos. So I can tell from the sound of it that it is going to come to pressure just here in a second. You can even see some steam coming off the top, but that's okay. That just means that it is getting ready. As we just sit here and literally wait for a pot to boil. Waiting and waiting. So while we wait, we'll have a sip of wine. Okay, and back to the pot. See where we're at. Okay. You can see the steam. See this red button? It is up just a little bit. That's another way that you're going to be able to tell that it's coming to pressure. So don't worry about it if you see steam coming out of it a little bit. Okay. And the sound stopped. And now look at the button that used to be flat. It is now sticking up. And the timer should be coming on any moment. Any moment. But then the timer will start with that 9 minutes, and it will count down. And like I said, in the time that I'm cooking that, and getting that all ready to go in the pressure cooker, I have already prepped my other food. And all I got to do is cook the taco shells. So super easy. I was going to start off with some more daring, but it's a Monday, so here we are. Okay, so just hop back on here to show you that now we have the 9 minute counter. So in total, it probably took about 7 minutes to come to pressure, but then that is gonna count down. And then when it goes off, I will jump back on and show you what's next. Okay, when your pressure cooker is done, it makes a high pitch beeping, but I was around the house doing other things, so I only got the tail end of it. So you can see now that there's no time left. Now it still has pressure because this valve is still up. Now there's a thing that they call natural release and a thing that they call quick release. Now this is one thing that you want to be careful with. If you do a quick release, it's a quick release to release the steam. So then you would move this, or you could push it over to venting. I'm trying not to, I just want to show you what it does. I'm trying not to do that because I want to do a natural release. It just gives it a little extra time to cook. I have not found that it hurts anything. And honestly, I'm never by my Instapot when it goes off because I'm off doing other things. So if you wanted to do a quick release, again, you would move this lever that is on sealing to venting. Just make sure that you have enough air and you don't put your hand anywhere near this because the steam, again, because you can also push it, but that's where the steam would come off. But if you want to do a quick release, you just move it over there. You will know you won't be able to move the lid. The lid is locked on while it's still under pressure, so you don't have to worry about that. But when this goes flat down, that means the pressure has all escaped, and then you'll be able to turn this knob. So in total, this has taken me, let me think. This has probably taken me 20 minutes to do. But in that time, it's not like I'm standing over a stove for 20 minutes because I have got all my sides prepared. I have table I was in the middle of setting the table when the timer went off, because life. So, but I got everything ready. And then honestly, when it releases, and the pressure is ready, and then I have to shred the chicken, it'll be time to my shells in. I'm gonna be honest, I don't even always do shells because super lazy here. Sometimes I will just grab a bag of scoops and use those and make myself a taco salad. One other thing I'll show you, this will show you, it'll say L and then however much time. That's the time that it's been off. So it's been off for 3 minutes now. So what I'm going to do now is I will do the steam release. It's hard to watch my phone and watch me do things. So you'll see the power of that steam that comes out. You just try to have it not angled at anybody. And you don't want to touch it because it's hot. And it released all the pressure in there. The front remains the same. Exciting, isn't it? Just watching paint dry for this 15 minutes. It's taking me longer to video, I swear, than it's taking me to actually make this meal. But the nice thing is, if I make it, then I don't have to immediately serve it. In fact, I'm trying to debate right now. I can put my shells in. There we go. Shells are in. Alexa, set timer to 6 minutes.
6 minutes.
And yes,
starting now.
I'm that lazy that I have Alexa do all of my kitchen timing. So the pressure released from this, I feel like this is such a dumb video, but so steam is still coming out, but we're watching that red button. The steam will eventually stop. This is a good shot where you can see it. Okay, so that means that the pressure has been released, which means that, oh, there we go, that's better. This will be unlocked, and so then I can open it. Look at the steam come out of there. We're going to walk this to the sink because the Instapot lid is heavy. Okay, so there is our chicken fully cooked. I'm going to steam up my camera now. So I had gotten Bruce for Christmas. I had gotten him some meat claws. So I'm going to give those a little test out. I'm also very short, so a lot of times I will move these to somewhere else so I don't have to dig so deep. But I want to show you, think of what I can show you on. I didn't think this broke through. Let's see. So I will just bring out a cookie sheet, or another, you know what it's called. Everybody together now. What's it called? It is called a cutting board. Okay, so there, you should be able to see this. Now again, you can do it right in the Instapot, but so that you guys can see it, I'm going to bring it out here. And you can do this with a fork, but this is how easily you just shred this chicken up. Some people will just put it in a bowl with a mixer, electric mixer, and chop it up. I get satisfaction in tearing things apart. So there you go. I mean, It all depends on how fine you want it. I like mine a little chunky. But that is one, oh, here, let me. So it's all shredded up, taco chicken. I'm sure it tastes delicious. And there you go. So I'll just shred that up, throw that, and then when the shells are done, we are ready to eat tacos. So again, to shred the meat, I had boneless chicken thighs. You can use bone in. If you're going to shred it, it's much easier to go boneless or with the chicken breast. And then I cooked it on manual for 9 minutes, and it comes out juicy and it comes out perfect. Chicken breast, I'd have to look at the time. I believe that's probably 12 minutes. Very easy to look online to see all the different timings. So I was going to show you this now that I don't have to be reaching into the pot, because I know that Kathy loved this part. So if you need to get the lid out of your way, it fits, right? These little holes right here, they're lid holders. So you can put the lid right there. I chose not to do it because I knew I was going to be reaching in there and I didn't want to burn my elbow. So let me know if you have any questions about the Instapot, or if you want to see any specific recipes. I was very lazy this time. But like I said, this is such a versatile recipe to put chicken into casserole. Sometimes I'll cook it up, shred it, put it back in there, and then I'll put it with rice or whatever and still cook it in the Instapot, just have it all shredded. But let me know if you're looking for a particular recipe. But Facebook, Pinterest, internet, a ton of recipes.